Hi everyone, if you're watching this from the office, I hope it's a co-working space. Today's topic, co-working spaces. I'm Brett Mogavero, you're watching The Root. "365 days from home in this space." Yes, that's right. I spent an entire year working from this apartment while I was trying to get my shit together. Basically what happened was, it's very expensive to get office space in Manhattan. I mean really expensive. Luckily, there's a thing called co-working spaces. Spaces where I can basically have my own business and not pay an insane amount of money to be in a place where everybody else lives. I'm not working from here now, thank God, but I'll tell you exactly why that was amazing and then it was the worst thing in my life. So one of the most important things about going off on your own is to realize that the separation of your office and your home is very important. If it's going to be within your home, it needs to be a separate room. It cannot be 5 feet from your bed, it cannot be 10 feet from your bed. It needs to have a door that separates the space where you sleep and the space where you do all of your work during the day. They need to be separate, and I will tell you why in a minute. So when I first started out, it was the first 3 months were bliss. I don't have to put on pants. I can wear a robe all day. It was the most amazing thing on the planet. But shortly after that, I realized that there's a severe disconnect from the rest of the world. There's not a lot of collaboration that goes on when you're by yourself. You get tired of your neighborhood. You get tired of seeing the same things. You start to not be able to separate what you do in terms of recreation and relaxing and what you do when you're, trying to hustle. It's to get you to get to a crazy place in your head. And I started, it's bad after 7 months. Going full 12, it was borderline insanity. I've been told that if you ask yourself questions or you start speaking to yourself, that's fine. If you start answering yourself, that's when you actually have a problem. Luckily, I didn't get that bad. I didn't have to go to a psych ward, but I'm fine. But eventually, I moved into a co-working space. So for those of you who don't know what a co-working space is, aren't from New York or a major metropolitan area, basically it allows you as an individual to have a place to go to do whatever it is that your business does. It provides you with necessary tools such as printers, some have computers, kitchen, everything that you would have in a normal office, except for you're collectively paying the rent on the building. This is great for a couple of reasons. One, it allows the price that you pay to be much more appeasing than you would having an office of your own. A lot of these spaces are bullpen based. By that I mean it's lots of desks in a large open space. Usually these spaces are very well taken care of. They're gorgeous. It gives you it's very important to have a nice positive vibe, lots of light in a place where you work. Things I like about WeWork, some of the benefits include just the security. I think I have to swipe my card like 60 times just to get into my own office. The cost, I'll tell you right now, I'm paying $500 a month to be in Manhattan. It's fantastic. The beer in the kitchen, well, the free beer is pretty cool. I love that. Although I don't drink it during the day because I can't function off of one sip, much less an entire beer. They have other locations I can access. I think New York has, I don't know if it's 20 or 30 at this point. They're all over the place. When I go to work from London for an entire month, I'll be working from their office there. I have access to all over the world. It's a pretty great network to be a part of. I'd say in the networking, when you're in a co-working space that's has a very strong network, you don't even necessarily need to find work outside of it. I've already worked on 2 projects. In the first 2 weeks I've been at a co-working space, and it's from people that I've met within the network of WeWork. So that's pretty powerful stuff if you're just looking for clients within your co-working space network. I think there's a huge shift from the traditional office environment, and we've definitely seen a lot of this in the past decade, is these elaborate working spaces for all the tech companies in Silicon Valley especially. I remember when I first visited Google headquarters and I saw the Razor scooters, I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then there's people with slides, there's a lot of stuff that maybe impede progress, but cool nonetheless. It is evolving to a point where we need more of our workspace. It needs to be a place of positivity. I think the standard has been raised in terms of you know, you're going to be working for somebody. A lot of people aren't staying at the same jobs for you know, years and years and years. They're jumping jobs, you know, every 6 months, you know, every 2 years. A lot of these spaces, you know, to keep people on, you know, the bar has been raised. There's certain assets that are almost, you know, required in a major metropolitan area. I don't necessarily need free beer 24/7. That's, you know, a plus. But, you know, there's certain things about the vibe in there that, you know, I think, why would I stay in a cubicle that did not cater to, you know, me as an individual? 90% of coworkers report they feel more confident and have better interaction with others. That's pretty substantial, especially for millennials, especially for people like myself that have new interests and new values in where we work. One of the things that always, you know, was so tough about being in an office for one company I worked for almost 4 years was that, you know, I swear to God, if I see this same sign wall combination again, you know, I'm going to go crazy. And it was funny because I said, I swear to God, if the wall was just a different color, I wouldn't feel so stressed out right now. It wouldn't feel like I'm coming to the same crazy conclusion every single day. Trust that was after a 1 hour commute from Baltimore to DC. So that's 2 hours on the road a day. That makes someone crazy enough. But just the ability to kind of see what's going on outside, not feel like you're trapped in walls. Like, we have options now. If this standard has been raised, you have, you know, the right as a young entrepreneur, as a small business owner, to work wherever you want. That is your exclusive right. When you have a choice, you know, make the right choice and find, you know, a place that really kind of speaks to the vibe that you're looking for. I chose, you know, close to the middle of Manhattan. I wanted to be in the action, a lot of restaurants. I wanted the ability to just walk out of my building and meet up with anybody for lunch at a really cool restaurant that was available, and I had an option of, you know, hundreds. And I have that now, and that's something that was important to me and something that, you know, I'm glad I finally have available. So thank you so much for joining us. Drop us a line at moog.us/theroot. I'd love to hear comments, questions, concerns, any kind of great success stories about moving into co-working spaces. And I will catch you next time on The Root.